Hi guys, my name's Adelaide and welcome to Adelaide Stitches. This is my YouTube channel where I talk about cross stitch. Today it is my third day of my 14-day series of going through my whips by different designers, and today is Saturday the 19th. We're in the morning just before the strong sun has come up, which is good. It's a little bit less bright today. Okay, so today I thought I'd go through my Primrose Cottage projects, and actually it was really fun getting out all, not only my whips but also my FFOs. I definitely think at one stage in my kind of cross-stitch journey, Primrose Cottage Stitches was, one of my most popular designers, the one I have most projects, and actually it might be the designer I have most projects of finished and FFO'd, so... Only good things come from them, I think. But first, today I'm going to go through what I stitched last night. So yesterday I looked at my caterpillar cross stitch projects and I am really pleased with where I got with them. The first one I looked at was A Year in Stitches, and this is a free pattern by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. I'll put a picture of that up. Isn't that lovely? And I got it out last night because I was way behind. I think I was like only up to early March. Anyway, I got all March done. So here it is. Here is my weather for March. So that was the beginning of March. I know because I put an orange bead on it because that is the first day of our autumn. And as you see, it went quite temperate, kind of in the 20 degrees, the light green's the 25 degrees Celsius. We actually had a bit of a hot week and then it cooled back down into our nice autumnal weather again. So that is where we are at the end of March. I started the 1st of April and then I realised I'd need to find a bead because I like to put a bead at the first of the month so I know where it starts. So obviously January, February. So I did clear beads for those, an orange bead for that's the autumn, and I think the first month of every season I will try and put a coloured bead and have clear beads for the others. But yeah, a whole row done, so I was really pleased with that. And I hope to get back to it soon and begin on April. Yeah, it actually went really quick. Each star's only 11 stitches and it was fun to do. This is on 28 count ice blue lugana, and I'm just using the called for DMC in the pattern. So that was my first bit of stitching last night. And then I started my Adventure Awaits. And that was such fun to stitch. I'll put a picture of it up. This, I swear it just flew. I must have got in the rhythm, found my groove, and oh my gosh, I just loved it. Because I have a kit, which looks, here it is, like this, that came with a paper pattern. I have no idea how many stitches I did, but look at this. I got a whole continent done. So yeah, this is Africa. Isn't that cool? I actually am so excited because I think it's starting to look like a proper map now. And thank you to everyone that reached out and told me that on the 25th of April, Caterpillar Cross Stitch is releasing, I'm not sure if it's pre-order or information, about their Australia map sale. So that is what everyone was talking about. And if you go to their Facebook page, there is a post on the 6th of April that refers to it. So yes, if you're looking for it, that's where it is. But yeah, really excited about that. And I did think, should I have finished one before I start the other? But then I don't know when their start date is, so maybe it's possible. But anyway, I was really pleased. Look how great it looks. This is the kit fabric, and it's 28 count ice blue lugana again. And it uses the kit threads, which are DMC. So yeah, really happy. It was really fun, really easy to stitch. Yeah, tempted to keep going on it actually. I was just that much in the zone. But once I finished Africa, and I even found my matching needle minder, so that was extra good. I was very good and I went, no, I finished the continent, that's fantastic. Let's go and work on my other Caterpillar cross stitch project. So I did. I got out Hello Pumpkin, and that is another kit I have. It comes in the the kit. I'll put a big picture of it up. And I didn't get as much done because it's quite late by that point as my adventure awaits, but I did do a whole wing on my owl, so that counts. So here he is. Isn't that wing beautiful? I am so impressed with myself because counting when it's late is not my forte at all. But look, doesn't that look fantastic? I did find to stitch it, I had to do the reverse of what I usually do. So usually I'd stitch light colours first and then darker later, but I could not stitch that light colour right. So I took it out and I stitched the dark red first, and then it was just filling in with the light colour, and that was so easy. And I know people have talked about before how a strong colour like red can like release like little fibres into your lighter stitching, but I don't think that happened here. I think it worked really well. So yeah, really happy with that, and he looks so cute. I can't wait to just finish his little body, and then I'll have a whole owl finished. So once again, this is the kit fabric, so 28 count white lugana with the kit threads, which are DMC. So love that, what fun. So that was really good. I think generally, because I'm going through all my whips, I kind of need to make distinctions in the designers, like whether projects are at a beginning, middle, or towards the end. And it's important to have projects which are a real mix, because if you want to finish, then you pick up one that's towards the end and work on it. But sometimes you just want that new start buzz, or sometimes you just want to do some stitching and don't mind if a project's kind of in that middling era. So I did feel that I should kind of pull this one aside because this one flew and I really enjoyed it, and try and get it to that kind of over halfway point, so I'd feel like that I was heading towards a finish. So that's quite a bit of stitching looking at that picture, but out of my caterpillar cross stitch fabrics, I do think this will be the one I'll aim to finish first. So that's really good. I feel like I've got a plan there. So that's my little stitching update. Let's get to Primrose Cottage. Primrose Cottage Stitches, they weren't the first designer I did, but definitely one of the very first that I tried. And sorry, I'm just looking where I put everything. I think this might have been, I think this might have been the first pattern I ever did by them. Now this is Christmas Rules, and it was like a unofficial sale they were doing in, did it start September 2022? That was when I first got into cross stitch. So it probably would have been October, because I kind of picked up my first project, which was the Christmas sale by Caterpillar Cross Stitch in September. So then October I would have started this and had it done for Christmas. And I think it was run on Instagram, and I just fell in love with their patterns after I saw this one and went and had a look. And yeah, this was so fun to do. I love Christmas Rules, and I was much better then about finishing things as soon as I'd finished stitching them. Or FFOing, I guess, as soon as I'd finished stitching, because yeah, straight away I had to turn it into this quilt wall hanging, and I love it. I have it up on my Christmas wall all year round. I just continually appreciate it. And because I only had my granny stash of DMC then, I didn't have my own all numbered and organised and everything. I just picked colours as I went that I felt worked, and yeah, I think it looks fantastic. Really, really happy with it. So that was kind of my first FFO on Primrose Cottage. And then I guess where to go next? I guess another popular one is their B series, and very early on I stitched this from their B series, which I just love. Kind words are like honey, sweet to the soul, and put it in a frame and was all organised, got it up on the wall. Wasn't I good? And this actually was when I was only buying my fabrics from Spotlight, which is I guess like a big box store. And so this is 25 count linen. It was a packet, which I don't think I've ever seen again. But anyway, it yeah, I really like how it looks, and I was really excited when I finished it. So that was it. And then I started trying to collect their bee patterns after that, and as you know, if you've been following me, this year I started and finished ABC. Isn't that cute? And I have to get this one finished. I think a frame will be too hard. I'm going to have to turn it into a little quilt with a hanger on the back and put it up, but isn't that cute? And then when I was going through my finished pile, I realised that I've still got this all attached to the fabric, and I think that was because this long bit here I want to be hive rules, which I just love it. How great does it look? So yeah, I'm excited to start that. Maybe that'll be my summer start for this year, like kind of the 1st of December. Though Christmas stitching is so hectic, I'll think about it. Although I did stitch that ABC in January, so maybe January should be my B month. Anyway, that's kind of my thoughts on the B projects from Primrose Cottage Stitches. And then I guess I really was, and I still am, into their Halloween. So this book came out, was it 2023? Yeah, I think it was. And I had to get it because I just loved the spooky smalls, and really I want to do pretty much everyone in the book, and I made a good start. So I had October 31. Isn't that ghost cute? Some Halloween fabric on the back. And yeah, was the pumpkins. I think I changed the colours for this one. I don't know. Oh yeah, I did. You can see it on the front cover. So that was the orange and the black, and I changed mine to the purples and the greens. And that was because I wanted it to match this one. So in there they have, oh, they don't have a picture of it. I won't open the book because it's got so many charts in it. I don't want to show them. But this originally says my broom runs on coffee in the pattern, and I change it to tea. Much more relevant to me. And all of them I have on 28 count coffee, tea, dyed and roasted lugana by me. So they all match and look really cute together. So that was a project of mine for a while, and then I wanted to keep going last Halloween when I did my 31 days of Halloween. So I started Come We Fly, and that's in the book too. So I'll put a picture of that one up, and this is where I got to. Here it is. So as you see, I did it on a bigger bit of that coffee, tea, dyed and roasted because I'm hoping to get 3 more on this piece. When you do a cushion, I really only need kind of a 1/4 inch to finish it, so I don't need much margin around them. And I looked at that and thought, that is so close. Maybe that is what my first protocol will be tonight. To try and finish this, because I think I could finish Come We Fly, and that would be exciting to have another one done towards my Halloween project. And I've also done in their Halloween, because I was looking at my walls and I'd forgotten about this, and I should have because it's such a lovely one. This one. Isn't it awesome? The Salem Sisters Apothecary. So this was on 28 count linen from Number 12 Stitch Co., which is an Australian dyer, and it was salted caramel. And I actually, for this one, bought the recommended weeks. And now I'm trying to think what it was. I'm coming up blank. Maybe Onyx, maybe. I will put down in the description what thread it was. But I do remember instead of the 5 it said you needed in the pattern, I only used 3 skeins. So valuable to know. But how awesome and spooky, and I just love it. Couldn't have worked out better. This one. So yes, I was really kind of inspired going through about Halloween and thought, no, this will be my first protocol to get to tonight. And then I looked at what other whips I have going as such at the moment, and really I only had 1 other going, which I was so surprised at. So maybe it's because I tend to finish more of my Primrose Cottage Stitches. But that is the big one, Welcome to the North Pole, which I've shown quite a bit on the channel. And I really need to get a move on if I want this finished this year. So this is where I'm up to. I'm doing a colour, well, I guess you call it a colour conversion. Pretty much just changing it to all bright and doing it on 32 count Zweigart Vintage Blue Whisper. It's one of their pre-printed linens, which has a little bit of mottling. You can see it more in real life. I think you can only catch it a little bit here. But yeah, really like that. And I definitely want to work more. This is the train, which is my family's favorite block. So I definitely want to work more on that today. And I did get it out and think, oh, I don't like those beads, which is funny because I swear when I put them in last time, I went on how much I liked them. Guess you change. I don't know. I don't know if I'll take them out. I'll think about it. But yes, looks really good. Really want to get back to it because it's such a lovely, fun piece. And I'd do it as another quilt like my Christmas rules. But this is a lot more stitching though than the Christmas rules one. I think the Christmas rules is much more spread out. Do I have it? Here it is to compare. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, and a lot wider too. Yes, because I mean all that snow I had to fill in there. I don't think there was anything like that here. Oh, maybe the coffee cup. Maybe there were bits and pieces here and there. So yeah. So that is my second thing I'm going to work on tonight. And then the other thing I found that with Primrose Cottage, which I completed most recently, was in my 14 days of Valentine stitching? Maybe it was 12. No, it was 14 because Valentine's Day is February the 14th. Jeez. Sorry about that. So this was one of my side projects I finished, which was their Valentine's Day Quaker. So another finish I need to FFO. I need to get on that because how cute would that look? Originally I was thinking a cushion, but when I got this out today, I thought, oh, wouldn't that look cute in a square frame? So I'll have to have a look, see what I can find. And then kind of next on my Primrose Cottage start list, I have this beautiful pattern sent to me by Sherry. Isn't it gorgeous? Thank you so much. I love it. And I want to start this on the 1st of winter, which would be the 1st of June for us. So that's kind of on my horizon. So tonight it looks like I will be stitching some Halloween and some Christmas. I'm really hoping it'd be nice to get this one finished, and then I'd only have one Primrose Cottage whip, which that's pretty amazing. Maybe I need to have a good look on their website because I'm sure there's lots of really beautiful ones there that I'd look at and need to stitch. Or maybe I should be good and just be proud of myself that I've got it down to this level. But yeah, so that's going through all my Primrose Cottage stuff, where I'm at, and it was really nice to go through and find I had so much finished and so much FFO too. I really need to get back on that bandwagon this year. So that's my plan. So that's it for me today. Let me know what your favourite Primrose Cottage project is that you have stitched or you're stitching at the moment. I would love to know. Thank you so much everyone for all the comments, the likes, subscribes. They've just really made my day. Okay, well happy Easter for tomorrow. I will see you then, but if I don't see you to the end of the day, I'm saying it now. Happy Easter everyone. Have a great stitching night and take care. Bye.